So I'm very pleased to present someone who came very far away to talk with us tonight. Dean. Dean is a musician. He's also someone who got inspired once, and his inspiration actually inspired me. And as we have just heard recently, the way the world is moving doesn't necessarily mean that inspiration needs to come from a very solid place. Inspiration can happen from whenever or wherever we look for it, or even without even looking for it. And inspiration can actually make us connect with each other on the online world and also in the physical world. So I thank Dean for inspiring me, and I hope he'll inspire you as well.
Thank you so much, Alejandra, for the lovely introduction. And I'd like to thank Fletcher University for inviting me to come and speak in front of all of you at the Ideas Exchange. I mean, all of you have been phenomenal, and my mind is exploding right now. It's crazy. So since you guys have all welcomed me with warm, open hearts and arms, I'd like to invite you to my living room. A living room is a place where we all gather to be a community, where we hang out, we drink beers, we play games, we talk to each other. So can we establish like some sort of community in this room right now? For 15 seconds, I want everybody to just start high-fiving. Make a new friend today. Ask them how their lunch was. Yeah? Cool. There we go. It's just like we are in a living room. Awesome. All right, so now keep that energy within yourself right now, and then we're going to get back to that point very soon. So how many people have been to a concert? Paradise, Sinclair, you name it. Most of you, okay? Now, who has gone to a concert and noticed that there is some sort of disconnect between the fans that are actually at the show and the artists that are performing that have spent 20 years of their life crafting this art? And then also the just poor concert etiquette, the clinging of glasses where it's actually louder than the performance, or that 6'2" guy or woman who stands in front of you and you can't even see the music, okay? Who here has experienced that? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So don't you wish that you could go somewhere where you can be connected with the artist, that you can be connected with one another? And don't you wish that you can go into a living room and see this music right in front of you and enjoy the music, to bring respect back to the music, to hear all the little intricacies that these artists have put so much time and so much effort into them? So you're not the only ones that probably have thought about this, okay? So I want to introduce you to three people right now. These are three men from London who had this same kind of similar problem, frustration, where they were sick and tired of the disconnect of the artists at traditional venues. So they thought to themselves, there must be a better way. There must be a better way to experience music. There must be a way to experience it on how it should be to them. So what they decided was they got a tiny London flat, invited 3 artists, invited a couple of their friends, that sort of thing, and then they took some pictures and stuff like that, and they had 3 simple rules. You come to the performance, and as the performances are happening, be silent. No talking. See how, like, silence is power? I mean, that is just so strong. Second, stay till the end. These 3 musicians, these 3 bands have been chosen because they are fantastic. I mean, as I said, it's just so much time spent with them. The third one is go and support these artists. Turn off your phones. Only use it for like pictures and stuff like that, but be here and be now. Don't be outside, or don't be in this living room listening to these musicians. So after that magical performance, they left feeling inspired. So what does any person who feels inspired do? They go and talk about it. Social media is a haven for mavens. Now, if you're not sure what a maven is, it's sort of like a zombie. Okay, think about a zombie. So in this context, we'll say that this zombie is kind of like a friendly zombie. It hugs people instead of eating people, okay? So social media has allowed these zombies to basically infect their inspiration onto others at a mass quantity. So over 7,000 people are in their reach right now to infect this idea of how the music should be experienced. Okay? So those people went and told their friends, and their friends told their friends, and social media hit it all over the place, all the way over to LA, where a radio DJ at K-Rock was like, this idea is awesome. Why can't this be like everywhere? How do I make this happen in LA? Teach me your ways. So then LA started. And we called this organization SoFar, which is Songs from a Room. And it started off as a hobby. It was never meant to be an organization. It was an idea. It was a concept that these three men from London were just frustrated and wanted to create a solution. So, there's me. I was a Berklee College of Music student. Junior year, I'm a musician myself. I've played both sides of the coin. I've been an attendee to a musician. So I found out through a friend from Costa Rica, who found out from another friend all the way from London, who actually attended one of the first London shows. And she told me a little bit about it. I had no idea what it was until she was like, well, check it out on Facebook. They also have a YouTube channel where they film all the shows. I was like, all right, cool, sounds good. So I go onto Facebook, I go onto Twitter, and I see what people are saying about SoFar. This isn't coming from the organization. This is coming from the people, the mavens of the organization that have been inspired. So Facebook was like, this was the best experience ever. Like, this is how music should be enjoyed. And even musicians were saying that my art is being heard. Those words have never been more powerful to me. So I was like, this needs to happen in Boston. How do I do it? So I contacted Rafe. Rafe set me up on with a blind date with two other guys that wanted to start up a SoFar in Boston. And then we created a family. And that was SoFar Boston. So, whoop. Oh, there we go. So today, we are in about 150 cities around the world. We have had about 1,600 living rooms. And we've also had over 6,000 musicians pass through our doors. Now, what we have done is we have almost created an incubator for these musicians to grow. And also, with our YouTube channel that has over 2,000 some videos, you can see what the music is like in Warsaw, or what the music is like in Singapore. And the beautiful thing about it is that there's no language barriers when it comes to music. Everybody loves music. Everybody can speak their own minds through music, and it does something for you. It's unbelievable. So what we have done is created a supportive community that is pushing this music out to the world so that you can have a window. So I want to give you a window right now, and I want to show you what Chicago looks like.
SoFar Sounds is one of music's biggest secrets, but maybe not for long. It's a movement that started in 2009 in a tiny London flat, but has rapidly spread all over the world. It's a simple concept. Somebody volunteers to open up their home to host 3 musical acts to a group of 50 or more random people. Chicago's SoFar Sounds founder had his first experience 2 years ago in New York, and he'll never forget it.
I was pretty confused about where I was, and just walked into someone's apartment and sat down on the floor, just like everyone did tonight. A band came up named Apollo Run, and they struck this chord and sang this 3-part harmony, and I thought it was the most amazing thing I'd ever heard in my entire life.
SoFar is about the music and the intimate relationship between the musicians and their audience. Their mission is to provide exactly what a traditional live music experience can't.
At a lot of shows, it's like, you know, you're on this big stage and everybody's looking up at you, and then you go backstage and you hide from everybody. This is like, you know, it's just a Friday night at a home.
Once you sign up, if you're picked and invited to the show, you'll receive an address a day or so prior to the event. but you won't know who's playing until you're there. For Kelly DC, that's what makes it so special.
I think that's my favorite part, is that people don't know who's playing and they come for the experience of it.
And everyone who's attended a SoFar event seems to agree.
When I sat in the intimacy of a little record store in Lakeview for the first time and saw a show, I was so moved, and I thought, why hasn't this existed forever?
And at SoFar, everything from the music to the camaraderie is donation-based. So forget about the bar, the venue, your phone going off and the text messages you're getting. Just take a seat and enjoy the music.
So what I want you guys all to walk away with is this whole idea, this whole organization started as a hobby. It started from a frustration. And how it spread was the voicing of that frustration using social media, even physical, or not physical, physical human contact, no. Human interaction. So the point is, if you have frustrations, tell everybody about them. Link up with other people that share these same frustrations and build a community. And when that community grows to a certain point, it could end up starting a global movement that solves a lot of issues. Thank you so much for your time.